Hi, how is everyone today? And I realize I don't have chat open. I should probably have chat open. Hey, there's chat. Fantastic. Okay, so pop chat out. I've got it right there. Fantastic. Hi, Amber. How are you today? Hello, Kiliath. Oh, I should probably switch my camera, shouldn't I? Hi. Hi. Sorry, I was a few minutes late. I know, Scott. Today. So I was running late. I was supposed to start like 13 minutes ago, but I was running late because I lost track of time and I was working and I forgot to eat. So I did eat. I made sure I ate. I actually ate a real meal. And then I realized I didn't get anything set up for the stream. Yeah. Who's ready for the ghost today? So today we are making, you think your mind's running, yeah, right? I think it's that kind of week where I just can't seem to get things going. Like, I just can't seem to get things started at all. It's that kind of week. Luckily, today's block is pretty simple. The ghost is a nice, easy block. It's something that's very simple. I should go this way. I'm trying to figure out for the camera angles. Yeah, I'm gonna go that way. It's a nice, easy block because it only has the 3 colors. There's only 2 combos. It's nice. I like it. So I should get through this entire thing hopefully within 2.5 hours. Maybe. So if technically we're starting right now, hopefully by like 8:15, and then it'll be decently done. So I'm hoping at least, right? And then I realize it's been such a long time since I've streamed on YouTube. I don't know what I'm doing next Thursday yet. I haven't decided. I don't know if I'm going to stream a tutorial or if I am just going to stream on Twitch or just take the Thursday off. I don't know, because I leave next Friday to head down to the States because my friend is getting married in Long Island. So I'm driving for a week, so I'm not going to be here the first Thursday of May. I will be here the second Thursday of May. I'm thinking either then or the Thursday after is when we're going to do the block. But we're in St. Jude fundraising mode in the month of May. So it's going to be interesting. And I almost didn't wear this shirt because it mentions wine, but I'm like, no, I'm a quilter, and like 80% of quilters drink a lot of wine. So, yeah. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. So how is the microphone? Does the microphone sound okay? Does that sound good for the things and the stuff and the things? Obviously not when I turn away like that, but yeah. All right, so I've got that. Oh, I need a pen. I've got that. Fantastic. Nice, easy block. No, exactly. There's nothing unless you... Yes, that is the only thing. I actually went out yesterday and bought a couple of bottles of wine to make sure, because last night with all of the shenanigans over on Twitch, I made sure I had a lovely bottle of wine for that. So, yeah, that's... Hey, I just remembered I have a meeting tomorrow. I'm like, oh, crap. That's right. I have a meeting tomorrow. Okay. All right. I just, yeah, forgot completely about it, and it just crossed my mind. It's a good thing I remembered this meeting. So, it is, hi, Lori, how are you? Thanks for joining us live. Yeah, so I actually have a very excited for this. I've got a meeting with one of the brands that I'm an ambassador for, and they're going to think about streaming live on Twitch. So I'm going to sit down and chat with them about how Twitch is, because they actually, they're YouTube partner. They get all sorts of things on YouTube, but they're thinking of transitioning to the live. So I'm going to talk to them about the etiquette, how Twitch is different, the different things that we do, different stuff that we can do, just kind of making it fun and interactive kind of thing, right? So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this meeting now tomorrow that I remembered it. All right. So who's ready to sew? Oh, you know what I forgot? Crap. I forgot to update because I didn't do it. I forgot to update Stream Elements with the block. I think everyone that's making the block with us though has already purchased it. Maybe. Commands. Is it today? Oh my gosh, I can't even think today. Is it, what's the command for today? Is it pattern? HQAL, that's it. So if anyone comes in looking for the pattern, it's HQAL. Let's see, let me get to Toni and Ghost. I know. Okay, Marley would like to be streamer. Here we go. Here's Marley. Okay, and there's the Ghost. And copy. And over to here. Here is today's pattern. All right, so we're doing block number 7. There we go. Okay, it is good. So HQAL. It takes a minute for Stream Elements. There we go. All right, so there's our pattern for today. And yeah, let's get going. Fantastic. Okay. I know. Do you want to be streamer dog? Marley's like, yes, please. I would like to be streamer dog. Hi. You're my good boy. We're going to, hopefully, if the weather holds out and it doesn't rain, we're going to a dog park meetup on Saturday for the Chihuahua rescue. So that'll be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun. All right, let's do this thing. So for Lori and for anyone else that's joining me live, if you're not used to the live portion of it versus the tutorials, I'm filming the tutorial for the making of the ghost block. So how that works is I will do this. I will chat with you guys and I'll interact. But then as I'm teaching, as I'm actually doing the parts I'm going to be editing and actually turning into the video, I won't be talking to you guys too much, but I will come back. Marley, don't lick my desk, please. I will come back and chat with you. So if you have any questions or anything I'm doing, anything at all you want to chat about, stuff like that, feel free, pop it into chat, and we will talk about it. And while I am speeding up the video, we can talk. We can chat about stuff. All right. So let's do this thing. So we're going to go over here. Now, I'm not going to film the intros and the outros until the end. I will do them at the same time because I use this camera right here to do it. All right. So I'm going to start just like if I had just done my intro, and now we're going to continue on with a pattern. If you need this pattern, it's HQAL for the Halloween Quilt-along, and print it out, and that's what we're going to do. All right, let's do this. Step number 1 of making the ghost, we want, oh wait, hold on. Never mind, I lied. Start recording. There we are! Now I can do it! I actually forgot that one week and I had to download it from YouTube and the sound is off on YouTube versus recording on my own machine. Block 7, the ghost. Step number 1, we want to take a look at the directions and just give it a once over. Of course, this is all of your before instructions. This is the stuff that you get for every single pattern in this quilt-along. If you're making this as a standalone block, it tells you how much fabric you need. Skip down to step number 1. If you're making it as part of the quilt-along, then we want to pull a black 2.5-inch strip and any additional pieces that are cut. So I've got that right here. And we also want the white and the black combined strip. So we've got that as well. So I've got those pulled. Once I pull those, now we need to cut these strips. Now, I've pulled this black one. So what I want to do is mark this off because it says don't cut that additional strip. So we want to put a 0 there. I'm by myself in the house, So Soleil may bark, so I have to pause and let her bark. So we're going to put a 0 right there. Now we have our combined strip, the white and the black combined strip. So we don't want to cut one of the 1.5 inch strips. So we want to take away one of those and take away one of those. So we only want to cut one white, one black, 2 dark gray for the 1.5 inch strips. All right, so let's take a look at them. Let me set these aside over there. And I'm just going to grab these in here. I'm not going to go over all of the actual cutting instructions. If you would like how to cut strips, all about the stripology rulers and things like that, take a look at block number 1 for this quilt along. You actually can take a look at the layout of the quilt along. I actually have it set up as a video library, little folder within my YouTube. So you can just go over and find block number 1, and I have all of the instructions of how to do all the cutting. So what I'm going to be doing in the meantime is I'm just going to go ahead and speed up the video. I'm going to cut all the strips that I need. After I finish cutting all the strips, then I will come back and we will chat about the next step, which is then cutting the 2.5 inch strips. Okay, and I'm realizing my camera moved. Close your eyes, I don't want to make you sick. I'm looking to see where the head mark is. Okay, there we go. All right, so then now I can speed up the camera. So how is everyone today? Hopefully, everyone has had a couple of weeks since the last time we have hung out live. All right, there's my 1 inch, my 1.5 inch. Because I only needed the 1. Let's go this way. And for white, I need 2 2.5s. There's 1, 2. All right, and then I need 1, 1.5. Okay. And then dark gray. There we are. And then dark gray, I need 2 2.5s and 2 1.5s. Now, I was looking through my stash, and I realized I do have a black and dark gray combo piece. And I was like, why don't we pull it? And then I realized, well, we use almost the entire strip for this. So there was no reason to pull it. All right. In this case, if you use the fabric organizers, it's not long enough to clip onto there. So that's whenever I pull it out to hold it onto it, just like that. Okay, so there's all of my fabric. So I can take that and set that aside. Oh wait, no, I can't. I only cut 1, and I need 2. Toni was not paying attention. Toni should be paying attention, but Toni was not paying attention. Nice, Kiliath. Bigger desks are always amazing. I actually redid, if you weren't in my Twitch channel, at the beginning of the week on Monday, I redid my entire space as well. And I now have a 4 monitor setup in my room, which is quite nice. It's huge. It's just a wall of monitors, and it's just amazing. Oh, really? See, and I knew you weren't here, Amber, but I wasn't sure why. I didn't realize you were working. I'm glad you're with us then. I'm glad you were able to join us again. Okay, so I've got that and that. Fantastic. Right. There we are. That's a nice camera angle. Okay. All right. Sped everything up. I've done the things. Ooh, a nice large 4K monitor for work sounds good. Nice, Lori. Oh, that's awesome. Are you designing it yourself? Or did you, are you doing one of the Quilt aLong ones? Or are you doing some of the patterns that I've got? Because you know I've got the, I don't know if you saw it, Lori, I actually, for the Starlight, for this past May, or this, no, not this past May, this past March, I did 22 Super Mario 3 blocks, and if you donated to Starlight, then you're going to get all the patterns. I haven't even, I've started the cleanup of everything. I haven't actually started bringing into the patterns. If you didn't, oh, they're already designed? Nice. If you wanted that pack and if you didn't get a chance to get it, I am going to be offering again in August, September for the next time we raise money for Starlight. So that'll be cool. All right, next. Now that we've got our strips cut out, we need to do our 2.5-inch strips. Now, it's important whenever you are cutting your 2.5-inch strips that you iron these first. And I don't think I've mentioned this in previous videos, and I'm remembering, oh, maybe I should have. If you are combining 1.5-inch strips, that nice loud steam. If you're combining 1.5-inch strips, you do not have to iron those first. You can just go ahead and sew those together. There we are. I was getting a little bit of a bump there. All right, perfect. But make sure that you iron all of your strips. And then you want to cut out your pieces. If you take a look at the pattern, step number... Oh, I guess it's still step number 1. Still under step number 1, it wants you to cut all of your pieces out. We do have the specialty pieces from man, my brain is not working. And I'm just realizing I was going to do a tutorial this month on the new templates, the new pixel templates, miniature pixel templates I have from Martelli, and I completely forgot about it. Someone needs to remind me for next month, because I don't have them ready. So, yeah. Yep. Alright. I will hopefully have sped up through that part. Just for a little bit. And then it's just cutting the strips, cutting the pieces. So whenever you're cutting them, you have, of course, a couple of the options. You have my pixel templates from Martelli, you have the Stripology ruler, or you have a standard ruler that you can use. These are all things that I talk about and I show in that first video that I mentioned earlier. So if you're not sure how to cut these pieces, we'll take a look at that one. Really quickly, I'm just going to show you this white one because, see what I've done if you haven't watched any of the other videos? I like to layer them and then cut through them. So by layering, I'm actually cutting 4 pieces instead of 2. Because whenever I cut my strips, I like to have them folded in half in order to cut them. So, in this case, for our white, we need 10 4.5s. Well, right there, there's 4, and there's 8. So, and of course, I'm not going to do another one because I only need 2 more, not 4, but and so on and so on. So it's just all about efficiency. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of the 2.5-inch strips, and then after I do that, page number 2, using the 1.5-inch strips, sew the right sides together for each of the following combinations. A white to a black to a gray, and a white to a dark gray. Well, that's what I'm going to be doing here. So I'm going to be sewing these two together and these two together. So I'm going to speed up the video. I'm going to finish cutting my 2.5-inch pieces, and then I'm going to head to the sewing machine where I'm going to sew those combined strips together, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to iron and how to cut them. Fantastic. Yeah, that's fine. Now, did you design it, or is it a pattern that already exists? All right, where is that? Okay, so I need 7 2.5s. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut 8. Here we are. So there's 4 8, and then I need 2. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one away. So I need a 4.5, and then I need a 1.5. Okay, and this is extra. There we are. All right, and then black. Black is easy. I just need 2 2.5s. That's a single one. So I could just cut it from this one. I just need that 2 1.5. There we are, 2 1.25. Perfect. And then that one is done. And now the grays. Now if you're doing the combined strips, see what I'm doing? This one has got a shorter piece. I make sure that shorter piece is on top, so it's easy for me to see where to start and cut that off, so that I've got that. All right, I need 7 4.5s. There's 4, 8, and then I need 10 2.5s. 4 8. Sorry, that's 4 8, and then 11 1.5s. 4 8 12. Okay, and then I need another one of those. There we are. 1.5. No, I didn't want to do that one. Shoot. I went at 2.5. Let's see, 1 2.5. I cut that wrong. Uh-oh. All right, so 4 8. Okay, I only need 7. 4 8. I need 2 more. I just have a bunch of extra grays because I have cut those. Okay, so let me iron this, and then let me cut one of those really quickly. Okay, so Lori, I have a book, of course, my Pixel design book. Now, what are the questions? If you have questions on design stuff, if you've got questions on layout, things like that, I would suggest picking the book up first, of how to pattern it and how to do things. It's everything in the book, all the math, all the design, all the pattern. And then if you still have questions after that, then I can definitely help answer those. But I tend, because that's again why I wrote the book and why I get paid to travel and lecture and teach on it. There we are. There we go. We've got that. Okay, and I said, how many of these? 11. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Oh, I did need that. 11. There we are. And, oh, no, I didn't. I have 2 extras. All right, so those are the extras of that. Perfect. And I've got those. All right, so those solid ones are done. Yeah, so if it's something where it is a... Yeah, see, if you designed something and took it yourself and put it all together, I would suggest picking up my book first. It is $10. $10 for the digital download on my website. Or it is, let's see, FMQ. Or if you want a physical book, it is on Amazon. It is called Designing Block Quilts. Or Designing Pixel Quilts. Block Quilts was the first one. So it's called Designing Pixel Quilts. But yeah, no, I go through, like I said, the design work, the math, the layout, like everything in the book. There we are, we've got that. Nice, nice. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate that. I appreciate that at all. Yeah, and like I said, that'll probably answer any questions that you may have on pixel quilting. If you still have questions beyond that, yeah, definitely shoot me a message. So it is, you can get the physical book on Amazon, or on my website, quiltoni.com, you can get the digital download. Thank you, Ranting Hamster. Otherwise known as Bookworm. There we are. Ooh, I just had an idea for my meeting tomorrow. The company I'm meeting with that is thinking of streaming on Twitch is also one of the sponsors for the St. Jude stuff in the month of May. I should see if they want to dual stream. Nope, Marley's back. Uh-oh. I'm gonna need a new spool of thread. There we are. And we'll do that. And that. All right. Oh, that's right. I want to do this step over on the mat. Great. So I have got that. Perfect. Man, I apparently ran over the ironing cord. Hi, are you a good boy, Marley? You are. Yes, it does, Lori. That's it. And all that is in the book of how to do it. So what you're talking about is the chunking method, which I also call the Quiltoni method. So there are 3 different methods for pixel quilting. You've got the 1 pixel 1 block, you have stripping, and then you have chunking. Chunking or Quiltoni method, because there's a certain way that I chunk that makes it efficient. But yeah, no, I demonstrate each of the 3 different ways and how to do it, and do all of that. Now there's also 1 pixel 1 block. There's also using the gridded fusible interfacing, which I also teach how to use that in the book as well. Okay, next step. We've got our combined strips. So now we're going to separate them and cut them in half. That is an important step because remember, I like to be efficient with all of my sewing. So I want to make sure that with the efficiency that we do 2 at a time. Especially whenever we are ironing our seams in the correct directions. So let's go ahead and iron these now. Okay, so we've got that. I can move that aside for temporary. And this. Now, that when you're ironing your strips, you want to make sure that you're ironing them in opposite directions. So what does that mean? You notice how whenever I folded it in half, this one has the gray on top, this one has the white on top. So if I iron this straight out, don't forget to iron your seam first to lock that seam in to prevent it from stretching and moving. So you notice how my seam is now going up. So in this case, my seam is going towards the white. And then for this one, let's lock that seam in. This one is going up towards the gray. So I've got a half of the strip with the seam pointing to the white, and the other half, the seam pointing towards the gray. Now, with the way that I designed the patterns, remember, it is important that our seams are always going in opposite directions. And then that is how they lock in order to have those perfect points every single time. So let's go ahead and iron the second one, and then I'll put my ironing board away, and we will cut our strips. We will cut those pieces. We're basically going to be doing it exactly the same way as we did the 2.5-inch pieces, but I'm going to show you the close-up of the of nesting the seams to make it easy to identify. So when we get to that point of laying our pieces out, we already know what nesting those seams are and what to do with it. Okay, let's put that away. All right, so let's do the white and the black first, because that is our small one that's already done. Whenever you lay it out, you want to make sure, pick a color that's going to be on the bottom, and this is going up. And we're going to take this next one and we're going to lay it right here. You notice how both of the whites are on top and both of the blacks are on the bottom. So we're going to line this up. I'm going to use my fingers to make sure that both of the seams are locked in. Now this is what I mean by nesting the seams. You see how this one is going to the right and this one is going to the left? Well, if I sew this together just like that, then you get a perfect point. So by locking those seams in, that's how you do it. And if we lock these seams in as we cut this, well, now we're getting a nice, straight, wonderful piece of fabric that is combined and cut and works. All right, so with the black and the white, I need 3 sets of 1.5. So whenever you're cutting, always square your ends up. And there's 1, 2, 3 sets. And that's it. And whenever I am laying my pieces out after I cut them, I like to separate them into 2 separate piles. The one pile here, everything's going to the right, it's going towards the black. And in this pile, everything's going to the left, it's going towards the white. It allows you to find the piece that you want easier as we're laying them out in that next step. So I'm going to go ahead and speed that video up, and I'm going to finish cutting the black and the gray combined and the white and the gray combined, and then we'll come back and I will show you the next step. Yeah, it can definitely all be combined in one quilt. Yeah. No, you can definitely have, that's what's called chunking, where you chunk out different areas in order to save time. But if you like the look of the 1 pixel 1 block, well then you use the gridded fusible interfacing and just chunk it out on the gridded fusible interfacing. But whenever you do your sewing, it looks like you've cut out every single little one of those pieces. So yes, no, you can definitely do that. And like I said, all of that it's all explained in the book of how to do it and what to do. Okay, so this is the black and dark gray. I need 5 sets. Let me put that up there. I need 5 sets of 2.5. Oh yeah, this is the one. Remember I said that I already had a combined black and dark gray from before? And I was like, why am I not using this, and I realized, oh, we're going to use this entire strip. 3, 4, 5, and then I need 4 sets of 1.5. Because there's really no point, because 2, 3, 4. Because that's all that's left. So, yeah. Alright, so then that is finished. And then I'm going to separate these out into their own respective stacks. You're welcome, Lori. Yeah, and this is why I... Yeah, and Lori, that's why I'm called the Pixel Quilter. Because this is what I do, is I specialize in pixel quilting. And this is what I teach. So I was at a quilt store in Delaware. I live in Canada. But I was at a quilt store in Delaware in the States last weekend, lecturing and teaching the class of how to create pixel quilts. So that's what I do, is I travel to quilt guilds and to stores, teaching, lecturing, selling my wares. All right, 2.5. 1, 2, 3. But then this is also why I stream live. I mean, I could make this tutorial without streaming live. Okay, 3 1.5. 1, 2, 3. But this way, whenever I stream live, you get a chance to pop in and ask any questions, just chat, just do whatever, right? I always think it's important to be accessible if people have questions on things. Okay, and that's it. I can put my straight edges and my rotary cutter away. So now let's clean the area up a little bit. There we go. All right. So where is my edge? Right there. That's where my edge is. Okay. Perfect. Thanks, Scott! Wait, but what's not as fun, Killiath? No, most of my stuff is lap size. So most of my quilts, my quilt pattern line, is mostly lap size. And I realize whoops, nope. That's not what I want. I want this. Well, I guess I can't do that. Well, never mind. Yeah, most of my stuff is lap size. So it's not wall hanging. It's oh, recording when I yes, that's what's not as fun. Yes. There is, you know what? Scott knows this, and other people know this. I was a middle school math teacher for a few years, and there is no such thing as a dumb question. Or a stupid question. I don't like it when people say that they have dumb or stupid questions. If you have a question on anything, it just means that you haven't been exposed to it or you forgot it. And that's life. We all have different experiences. We all have different things that we go through in life. So we all are experts in different things. So no one should ever look down on someone for asking a question. It's silly. Yeah. Yeah, I make larger quilts, but I don't do patterns for them a lot of times. That being said, Nicole, business partner, and I are in the process of possibly doing a double-sized pattern line for stuff that she's designing now. And I also do the double-sized quilt-alongs. So I have the, if you take a look at my website or on Amazon and take a look at the Retro Gaming Quilt-along, it is a 12 block, just like this Pixelated Halloween one. It is 12 blocks that is basically turns into a double-sized quilt. All about retro classic NES games. And then, of course, we've got the Pixelated Halloween one now. Our next quilt along, which I have not announced the theme yet, but I'm so excited for this. I'm getting everything finalized right now, and I'm going to get the fabric requested soon from Northcott, because I am a Northcott ambassador, and all of the fabrics I like to use are Toscanas or canvas, which are just glorious and amazing. And yeah, so excited. Okay, next step. Step number 4. All right, so step number 4, we're going to start laying this out. Now, as I lay my pieces out, I like to put them in a way so it's easy for me to reach and to get. So let me do those, and then that, and then those. Now, what I'm doing is laying them out in a way so it's easy for me to grab them and then move them right over here to the other area. That, and I've got that, and then that. Great. So everything's all laid out. So now I like to start with the bottom and work my way up. So I'm going to start with row number 9. I'm going to lay it out. We're going to talk about it. And then, yeah, so row number 9. Oh, wait. Do I have any horizontal pieces? Yes! Oh, no! Now, for this one, I say lay it out and then sew the horizontal pieces together. However, what I'm going to be doing is laying it out and then pinning it. Laying it out and then pinning it. It just makes it a lot easier in my brain for me to take care of it. And not a lot of people are going to have the space to lay the whole thing out anyways. So it just keeps it nicer. So we do have a horizontal piece. So I'm going to do that first. So I'm going to take that. Row number 7 is right here. So row number 7, the arrow goes to the right. So that means we're going to take that black and that gray piece with the seam pointing towards the gray. This piece right there. So because whenever I then sew this together, we want to make sure that all of our seams in row number 7 go to the right. And that's what I'm doing, just like this. So I'm going to quickly sew this, iron this, and then I'll come back and I will show you. Well, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to do that one off camera. Let's go ahead and keep laying our pieces out because that's row number 7. We're going to start with 9. All right, so starting with row number 9, that's our very first piece. Now remember, go back to the first page. This piece right here is this piece right here. So remember, that's what it looks like. So it looks like this, and then we look right there. Oh, that's what that one is. So that must be this piece right here. So we're going to take this piece, and I'm going to put it right there, lay that out, and then I'm going to grab this piece here, and that's all I'm doing is I'm grabbing the pieces that I need and laying them out. Now, the next piece, we have a situation where our seams need to go in opposite directions. This is a white and dark gray combined piece. I grabbed one where the seam is going towards the dark gray. So in this case, I need to go up towards the black for the dark gray and the black. The next piece is another combined piece, so I need it to go down. It's a black and gray smaller piece, so it needs to go towards the gray. So in this case, I've got it going towards the gray, towards the black, towards the gray. So you see what I mean when I talk about the opposite directions? And then I need this piece. Doesn't make a difference. I have no seams. And then the next one doesn't make a difference because it's not up against a seam. But the next one is. The next one, I need to go down towards that gray. Just like that. And then I have a solid piece. And then I have another piece. And then this one's going towards the gray, so the next one I've got to go up towards the black. And then put my last piece there. And that's laying them all out. Now, whenever our next step now, we take a look at those arrows. Just like I talked about with that horizontal piece, it's important with the direction of the arrows. So in this case, the arrows are going towards the right. So I want to try to get everything basically ironed that way, towards the right. The easiest way to do that, in my mind that I have done, is I take a right piece and I flip it up over that left piece, and then I pin that into place. And then what happens is whenever I sew this, I'm going to sew that and not move it. After I sew it, I'm immediately going to move it over to my ironing board and iron it. Because remember, if this is what's on top, that's the direction it's going to go. So the seam is going to point that way if that's the way that I iron it. And that's it. So you're taking that right piece over that left piece. Now in this case, I have interlocking. So I'm going to make sure that I nest those seams. Remember, keep nesting those seams. So get those nested in there nicely. I like to put a pin right there in that nested seam, and then put pins along the edges. And then to the right. Perfect. Now, the only other piece that we may have to worry about that I haven't talked about yet is the vertical combined pieces. So if you have two combined pieces that are together, so like this one is a horizontal combined piece. If you have two that are vertical, it's a little bit different. In fact, let me look and see. Oh, I've got one in the next one. Great. Okay, so I'm going to keep going, and then I'm going to start to lay out row number 8. And then I can show you that one. And then you have all of the information that you need in order to lay out and pin the entire block. There we are. To the right. There we go. Perfect. And there. And there. And we're going to move this down. And now row number 8. Okay. So row number 8. I'm going to put it up here so we can see it. So I've got that one. And then I've got one of those. I've got one of those. Uh-oh, you know what I forgot to do with my white pieces? So this is the Toscana line from Northcott. One of my favorite lines to pixel quilt with. It's just amazing fabric. The only issue with the Toscana line is it's hard to tell the difference between the right side and the wrong side. So after I cut it, I like to lay everything out for the white so that everything is in the correct direction. Because let's be honest, I know me. Toni is very absent-minded, and I tend to just grab things. Okay, it was just a one. Oh, it is this side is the right way. I tend to just grab things and not pay attention. And it's easy to tell, like, that is the wrong side of the gray. It's easy to tell that. But if it's not easy to tell, I'm going to be all absent-minded, and I'm going to grab the wrong one, and then it's going to be backwards in the quilt, and you may not notice it, but I would notice it, and I would know, and it wouldn't be good. So I like to fix that ahead of time. All right, so we've got that. And then one of those. All right, now here's the piece I was talking about, the two vertical piece. So it is a gray and a black. Now, row number 8, your seams are going to the left. So that means the arrow's to the left, so we want to make sure our seams point to the left. In this case, a gray and a black needs to point towards the gray. So that would be that piece right there. So you see how that's pointing towards the gray? So we've got that one, just like that. And our seam is already pointing in the correct direction, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video. I'm going to just go ahead and keep laying all these pieces out. I'm going to keep pinning them, and then after I get everything, all 9 rows laid out and pinned, I'll come back and we're going to show you how to sew them on the sewing machine. Okay, let me catch up on chat again. Yeah, thanks, Scott, thanks. Yeah. Oh, Amber, do you guys want to know the theme? Would you, because you're here for a YouTube live, Would you like to know the theme of the next quilt along that's going to start in spring of 2023? So 1 year from now? And Scott, that is not a dumb question. What you are talking about, hand-dyed fabrics, a lot of times also known as batiks. It's a style of hand-dyed fabrics. If there is a fabric that is hand-dyed, a lot of times there is no wrong side. You have a design on both sides. It's just the way that the fabric is dyed. So if you're using a batik or a hand-dyed fabric such as a cherry wood fabric, there's no wrong side to that. You can use either side. And that's amazing. I love those fabrics. They're so good. 3 sections in the middle with 5 blocks on both sides. It might have, nice. Yeah. So what I would do in that case, Lori, is I would pattern out the blocks, and then pattern out the bricks. So you could actually pattern things out separately, just like I did with this book, with this quilt along. So each of these is a separate block, and then we have the sashing that's included in between them. Okay, because I love you guys and you're here for a live one. Our next quilt along. Space. Erica! Woo! Buy things to save money! Thank you so much for subbing to me on YouTube, Erica, for 16 months. Boo to you, ma'am. Boo to you. No. Yeah, I know. I like how I said that just as Erica comes in, because I know how much Erica likes space. Erica, if you sweet talk us, not only can you be a pattern tester again if you want, but we may show you all of the things at Gen Con. Since you're going to be at Gen Con. Uh-oh. Where's Ranting Hamster? She's going to be at Gen Con too. She may go, oh! Yeah. If you come to Gen Con, I'll give you guys a sneak peek of it. All right, let me sew this before I forget. I don't want to move my chair over yet. So I'm going to sew while standing. There we go. Perfect. Nice, Killian. Nice. Yeah, no, I think you guys are gonna like it. So Nicole, see, I thought you'd like that. So Nicole basically designed something really cool, and she messaged me and she goes, hey, I designed this thing. What do you think about doing this for the next quilt along? And I'm like, oh yes! Okay, BJ, you didn't even say hi yet. What do you mean? Hello, you peeking in and okay. I like how BJ is like, hello, goodbye. Hi, BJ. Hopefully the rest of your Twitch stream went well. Thank you for, I know you've got games tonight, so hello, goodbye. Have a fantastic night. All right, where was I? I've got that and that. All right, so back to this. I can still talk, but now I gotta start, okay, so there, towards the gray. There we go. Yes, making sure there. Okay, and then here. Yeah, no, I am so excited. So excited for this next one. Nicole has outdone herself. I really think that this is the best design of anything that we have had so far. I cannot wait. And then here. Oh, nope. I almost flipped that. No. Don't flip your pieces, Toni. And then towards the black. There we are. All right, to the left. So left over right. And pinning it into place. Yes, right, Scott? He had to let me know he would not be watching. Exactly. So that is a great question, Lori. I actually start off every single one of my lectures with the story of how I got started. I went through a divorce. I was the breadwinner in that marriage, and I made all the money, basically. And so after I went through the divorce, all of a sudden I had all this extra money on my hands, and I had extra time, because we didn't have any children. But all of my friends were our couple's friends, and they all had kids. So they would invite me over for dinner and include me to be part of their family. But I was single at that point. I'm like, I can't just go to all my friends' houses all the time. I need to spend my time somehow. And I was bored. And so I was like, well, let me pick up a hobby. So I was living by myself in a 1-bedroom apartment. And at the time, I was living in the States. So I was talking to my mom, and I grabbed a Joann's class catalog because I had no clue what hobby I wanted to pick up. I could cross stitch, and that was about it for crafting. I did lots of cross stitch at the time. I played music. I did all sorts of other things. I was in the color guard and, all that stuff. But for crafting, the only thing I ever did was cross stitch. So I was like, well, I don't want to, and I did cross stitch a bunch, but I didn't want to continue to cross stitch. I wanted to learn something new. So I picked up the Joann's catalog, and I was trying to figure out good, nerdy crafts. And I saw and I was like, well, I could always crochet, I could knit. There's all sorts of nerdy crafts with that stuff. Okay, 7 is to the right. But then I saw a basic quilt thing, and I'm like, I wonder if I could quilt. I've got a machine. Now, the machine was a cheapo, like $80 machine from Walmart. I'm like, I've got a machine. I could do this. I could quilt. And then I thought about it, and I went, oh. Wait, we do nerdy crafts here? Right? No, we're not a bunch of nerds here. And then I thought about it. I'm like, wait, I've been designing my own cross-stitch patterns for years. Ever since I was 10 years old, I've been designing my own cross-stitch patterns. And I bet if I learned how to quilt, I could translate that cross-stitch pattern to a quilt. So I learned how to quilt just to do exactly what I'm doing right now, is to make pixel quilts. So then I tell that story a lot. Okay, Scott. Okay, nerd. Nerd is a term of affection around here. I don't know if I've told you guys the story. Okay, row 6 is to the left of what happened my first couple of classes. So I took the classes with my mother, and before my mom had all sorts of medical issues and everything like that, she actually was pretty fun to hang around and do stuff with. And we used to, you guys know how my friends treat me and I treat my friends. If you call someone an F word and they laugh, then you know they're your friend. So Mom and I had that same relationship. So Mom and I would take a class together. And we would just lay into each other and just joke around, and it would freak out a lot of the other people that were in there until they realized that we're joking. But the first class that we had was a basics class. It was actually a basic learn to make placemats class. 1, 2, 3, and then there. I've got the placemats around here somewhere. So the first class, I go in and I bring my $80 Walmart machine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. To the right. So I go in and I bring my, what about geeks? Hey, you're a nerd too. Geeks are nerds and nerds are geeks. We love geeks around here too. You know that, ma'am. So I go into my first sewing class. I don't even know how to use my machine. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. And this poor instructor is just lost because this is not a 101 learn how to sew. This is a let's teach you how to make placemats. So here I am just trying to figure out how to sew. And so my mom's trying to teach me and she's trying to teach me. And at the end of class, my mom is like, okay, so the instructor came up to me and told me this because she didn't want to tell you because she didn't know how you're going to take it. I'm like, okay, well, what is it? She goes, most of that was your machine. I was like, well, what do you mean? It's a sewing machine. So all sewing machines are the same, right? And so she goes, no, they're not. It's your sewing machine is the problem because it can't do what you're asking it to do. That sewing machine basically is for basic repairs, and that's it. It's not a heavy duty or anything else at all. And I'm like, oh, so you're saying I need to get a new machine? She goes, well, you need to decide, do you want to do this? Is this the hobby you want to do? Do you want to learn? Because if you have been around for a while, you know that Toni gets very, Toni gets obsessed with things. Toni gets obsessed with things, and then after about a month or two, Toni's like, I don't need to do this thing anymore. I'm done. I'm done being obsessed with this thing. Let's move on and do something new. So, my mom knows this. And so she says, well, you have to, Scott, she says, you've really, really got to decide, is this what you want to do? I'm like, huh, okay, yeah, I'll think about that. So, at the time, my mother lived almost across the street from a quilt store. So I go into the quilt store, and I'm looking around, and I'm looking at the brother machines. Now, the biggest thing with this machine that I had, the biggest problem that I had, was it had a side bobbin, a traditional bobbin of the side loader, and I just could not figure out how to load that bobbin in. I could not ever figure that out. That was the number one thing I was having issues with. So the first thing I see is the bobbin with the drop-in bobbin, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. Row 3's to the right. I'm like, I kind of like that. So I was looking at this machine, and the machine itself, it was the 650, and the store was Tomorrow's Treasures in Crofton, Maryland, and they have a thing at Tomorrow's Treasures. Now, at the time, they were having a special, because it was spring. So now that people are starting to go outdoors again, and people don't buy sewing machines in the spring. Erica, me? Get obsessed on things? No. So people tend not to buy sewing machines in the spring because they've been sewing all winter and they're stuck indoors and now they're going outside and not really sewing as much. So they were having a special at the time where they had a 30-day guarantee. If for any reason you did not want your sewing machine, within 30 days you can bring it back, 100% refund. It's great. And the machine was on sale. And they still do this, by the way. If you're ever down in the Maryland area and you get a sewing machine from Tomorrow's Treasures, they have a trade-in offer. If you love sewing machines and you will probably ever upgrade your sewing machine, go buy from a store that does trade-ins. Because what they do is if you take that sewing machine and you bring it back within X period of time. Now, in this case, it was 2 years. If you bring that machine back within a 2-year period, you can take 100% of what you paid towards that sewing machine and put it towards a new sewing machine. As long as it is X number of dollars higher above towards the white, X number of dollars above what you paid for the other machine. So I was like, oh, to the left. I was like, oh, this good deal. Okay, I'll spend the $600 for this machine. And I bought the machine. I go to my mom's house. I'm like, look, I bought a new machine. My mom's like, okay, I guess you're doing this, huh? And so I explained to her all those things. She goes, oh, well, that's a good deal. That's a really good deal. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? So the next week, we go into class, and I got a brand new sewing machine with me. And the instructor looks at me and she goes, oh, thank goodness, because this is a 3-week class that we were taking. She goes, oh, thank goodness. I was so worried that we were going to have to struggle with that other machine. I was worried that either you were going to get so frustrated you weren't going to come back, or that we were going to sit and struggle with that machine. I'm so happy that you decided, you know, that you wanted to get a better machine and that you came back. I'm like, yes. That class went much better. It went much, much, much better. So that was then the start of my pixel sewing career. All right, so I've got that. And then there, and there, there, and then there, and there. Towards the white, towards the gray, and then there. So then now these are all, oh, that's right, I want to tell the camera that you have extra pieces, and that's okay. All right, row 1's to the right. So we'll go right over left and pin it into place. Okay, right over left. And then pinning it into place. Okay, right over left. Yeah, we may get this block done by 8. That'll be nice. All right. Whew. Okay. All right. Oh, wait. I was going to... I forgot I was going to look down here for those things. Okay. I was just checking my Discord again. Just making sure the things... Okay. All right. Next. Oh, let me put my... all the things you don't get. All the things you don't get whenever you you watch the tutorials. Is all the struggle buses. Oh, man. Okay. Let's fix this camera. Right. There we go. Haha. Oh, hold on. Man, I just... There we go. Okay, how's that for the framing? Good. Oh, I moved this, apparently. There we go. Okay. That's good. Is good. Is good. Okay. After you finish laying out your pieces, and you pin them, 2, 3, 4, 5, you are going to have a few pieces left over. This is perfectly natural. This is perfectly fine. You're going to have some pieces left over. These are your singles. Because remember, we cut these in twos. So don't be afraid that you've not used a piece. You've used all your pieces. It's okay. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be efficient. I'm going to do all of my sewing all at once. So I'm going to turn around. This is row number 9, because remember, I like to do these backwards. So I'm going to put this out, and we're going to sew this. Now, whenever we sew these, we want to sew these with a scant 1/4 inch. If you're not sure what a scant 1/4 inch is, I have a video tutorial down below that talks about what a scant 1/4 inch is and why you want to use a scant 1/4 inch whenever you're sewing. It should be part of your standard sewing, sewing staple. So all we're doing is just sewing these. Now, after I finish sewing these, then I will separate them, and then I'll turn around and I'll just put them back where they belong on the cutting mat behind me, and I'll grab the next row. So, for example, this is row number 8. Now, the biggest problem that I have whenever I chain piece, which is exactly what this is called, it's called chain piecing. If you're not sure what chain piecing is and you want the definitions, the math, all the things, I've got a video down below. It talks about chain piecing. But the problem that I normally do whenever I do chain piecing is I get distracted a lot. I don't know if you know this about me. I get distracted. And I'll forget to then separate. So I have to make a conscious effort after I sew that first piece to remove all of these. I also like using my chain piece separator from Gypsy Quilter. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. It's a really great thing. So at this point, I'm going to speed up the video. All I'm going to be doing is sewing all of these. After I finish sewing all these, I'll come back and I will show you how we're going to iron them. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. All right, let's do some sewing. Oh, you know what? After I do this one, before I separate that one, I gotta check my phone to make sure my husband's not coming home back. He is running around. His job is based out of Toronto, even though we're in London, and they closed their physical office. Oh. Oh, he needs the cat stuff. Okay, so that's PetSmart.ca. I gotta look this up for my husband. I'm's cat food. Nope, not salmon. It might be salmon. I'm's indoor cat food. Weight and hairball care. Yes, that is what we want. We want the chicken. In stock at North, East, North, and South. Yes. Take a picture of that. And there. I probably should have done this before I streamed. Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. I need my magnetic thing. Nice. Okay. So I asked everyone how their days were, and how the weeks were, all the things. Amber, you had said that you are sewing along again. Have you been keeping up with the quilt along? So have you done all of the things so far? Except for, of course, just the ghost for today? Okay, so we've got that. Yeah, let me move it over there. See, now comes the boring part, where it's just the same thing over and over and over and over. Nice, nice, nice. I can't wait to see your quilt. Did I ask? I don't think I've asked you what fabrics you've used. What fabrics you decided to go with for this. You know, you did wait, I didn't even see you did them all this week. You're all caught up now. Oh, that's funny. That is really funny. Nice. You know what? Using fabric from your stash is always a good idea. Use that stuff up. You know what? I was thinking next Thursday I may stream on Twitch. Because I just got the spring catalog from Camelot and from Northcott. And I need to do a stream all about looking at the fabrics and ordering the fabrics. I may have lost it whenever I saw the one that they are coming out with. It's not being delivered until December, but I may have lost it whenever I saw this one topic. This may be the only time that I tell my rep, my Camelot rep, give me the entire pack. Give me every single bolt, and in fact, give me 3 of every single bolt in the line. Like, I maybe even 4. Hey, Minnie! That is how excited I wanted to, and I have not told anyone, and I am so freaking excited. Yeah. So excited. So excited. Oh, hey, Scott. I know I said I got it working. I should show you the back of my, my thing. It's funny. I've used every single port again. Even including the new USB card that I got. Like, I have every single one is taken. And I've got a docking station so that I can take 2 of the monitors and use them with my laptop for work. And then when I'm finished with work, I switch it over, and then I now have 4 monitors. So I have 3. I have the laptop and the 2 for work, and then my 2 on my desktop so I can watch streams and stuff. And then after work is done, I use I put the switch into the desktop, so I have 4 monitors set up with the desktop. It is amazing. I can't believe I haven't used docking stations before, because it just adds so much more to your entire thing with just a single USB plug that you can put into there. And it's just, yeah, it's awesome. It's fantastic. Oh. I really want to tell you guys right now what this fabric is, but no, I'm not going to ruin the surprise. I'm really, like, I could not believe what I saw. That's how, yeah. Okay. And then... There we go. All right. We'll go back to that. And there. Okay. Yeah, no, I should have been checking my phone earlier. Like, I know my husband is out doing stuff, and I should have answered him before. But that's okay. That's okay. Alright. Next step. All of our rows are sewn, so now let's iron them. Alright, so whenever we iron these, turn my iron on. What I do, so all I did, remember, is I took them from here, I put them in the sewing machine, I put them back over here. That is it. So I'm making sure that they're laying out just like they are, and I'm going to iron them just like this. So let's grab my Aliso iron, and we've got that. There we are, and I'm just ironing them up. Oh, before I go any farther, look at that perfect point. Look how nice that is. That's what you get when you nest those seams. I always like to look at those perfect points and go, yeah, look at that. I did that. Makes me happy. Makes me happy. Now, if it's not perfect, that's okay. No one's ever going to notice. It is totally fine. Okay. So I'm going to take all of these back again. Now, I'm looking, row number 9, the arrows go to the right. So I need to take my seams, make sure they go to the right, and then put them back. That's all I'm doing now, is I'm taking these pieces, I'm laying them out, I'm ironing them, I'm looking to see which way those seams point, and then I'm putting them back. And that's all I'm doing. So I'm going to speed up the video. We'll come back after I finish ironing all these, And then I'll show you how to pin the next pass. I call them passes whenever we go through and we do a pinning. So I'm going to show you how to pin that next pass. And then we will we'll come back and keep going. Keep working on this block. I love this block. Okay, so this is row number 8 to the left. I think I just messed up the order of that one, but that's okay. I'll figure it out. Okay, this is to the right. Have I shoved my head into the camera too much this stream? I know. Normally when I shove it under there, you see the top of my head? It is, my roots are so bad right now. To the left. Because I'm getting my hair done on Tuesday. Because I'm going to a wedding in Long Island. And this is one of my my charity friends. I actually met her at St. Jude because we were both St. Jude ambassadors. So she's getting married, and for a St. Jude incentive, I may have told her that she can pick anything in the world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything in the world that she wants me to wear to her wedding. And basically, she told me that she wanted me to be Ursula. Because she has a under the sea themed wedding. So she's going to basically be Ariel, so she wants me to be Ursula. So I have an Ursula cosplay on the way. It's supposed to be here next Tuesday. It will be here on Tuesday. So I will definitely have it for stream on Wednesday. After my hair's done, because Tuesday is when I'm supposed to get my hair done. So I've been trying to grow out the roots because I have no clue what we're going to do. So we're going to try to bleach it. Try to make it white. If my hair doesn't bleach nicely, if it turns yellow or anything, then we'll add a color. And I have no clue what color we're going to add. We'll figure it out. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3. So next Wednesday, I have a gaming stream on my Twitch channel. And by the way, if you ever wonder what my live schedule is going to be, I post that on social media on Mondays. If there's no Monday post, it means I'm not streaming that week. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to post that I was doing this tonight. Oh well. I have been so bad with keeping up with my social media lately. I should hire a content manager to do all my posts for me. Okay, this is to the right. Alright. Okay. Whew. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is the one I want to do. That I want to talk about in the thing. In the thing with the stuff in the things. All of our strips are ironed and everything's laid out. So now I'm going to show you the next pass. Now, whenever you laid the pieces out for the first pass, you may have noticed that there were a few little lonely little pieces that were left alone. And now they're on the bottom. Well, you want to make sure to incorporate those for this pass, so you don't get like a really long piece of fabric and then a little piece of fabric on the end, just to keep the balance. So this is row number 4. Row number 4 has got one of those lonely little pieces that weren't combined. If you count the number of pieces row 4 has, there are 5 pieces. Meaning, if I were to sew together these 4 pieces, that one's going to be left alone like it is. So let me show you how I'm going to handle this. So row number 4, everything is to the left. So let's make sure that I lay this out. And, That's, oh, yes. Man, I'm looking at row number 3 going, what did I do wrong? That's not right. It's right. It's right. All right, so there's row number 4. There's all the pieces laid out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this first piece right here, and I'm not going to combine it. I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to grab this next piece right here. So this is to the left. So I'm going to take my left piece over my right piece and pin it into place. Just like that. I'm going to take this left piece over the right piece and pin it into place. So make sure that you include those last pieces. Now the other thing that I wanted to point out is row number 5. Row number 5 needs to go to the right. So that is there, there, there. Row number 5 only has 3 pieces. That's it. Row number 5 only has 3 pieces. So whenever you get down to 2 pieces, or you can just put those 2 together. But when you get down to 3 pieces, the efficient way of putting the fabrics together is I take the left piece, flip it over, pin it. I take the right piece, flip it over, and pin it. And that's it. And then when I take it over to the sewing machine, I'm going to sew this side, and then I'm going to sew that side, and it's ready to go. So at this point, I'm going to go through, I'm going to finish pinning all of these, I'm going to sew them, I'm going to iron them, and then there's only one more pass to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and then finish it off again. I'm going to go ahead and pin it, sew it, iron it. I'm going to speed through all of that. And then we're going to come back to when I have just the rows left over, and I'm going to show you how we're going to sew those rows together. There you go. All right. So this is to the right. So there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is to the right. So right over left. And pinning it into place. Perfect. Right over left. And then I gotta remember before I sew, check my phone to see if my husband has messaged me again. He's supposed to message me whenever he is almost home, so that I can let him know when he can come in. So like right now is a good time to come in and make noise, because obviously, this is to the left. Yeah, I did mess this up. Because I'm fast forwarding through all this, so it's easy to edit it out, and I'm not teaching. I'm not lecturing. Okay, so there, and then there. I thought I picked these up in the wrong order. And then there. There, and then there. Okay, this is to the left, left over right. And pinning. So any other questions on this, on quilting, on life? Give me a life question. Give me something to talk about, or a story to tell, or something else while we're so-called speeding up the camera. Oh, I forgot to mention the Ursula costume. I've got an appointment with my nail technician next Thursday, And I'm getting my nails painted black. I'm very, very excited for this. Okay, so here's this one. This is to the right. There we go, just like that. Okay, so it's to the right, so right over left. It's been probably a good 20 years since I have had my nails painted black. I was that little punk kid in high school. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. Okay, so there's that one, that one, that one, and that one to the left, so left over right. And pinning it into place. There. Oh, you know what I should do? I should put music on while I'm speeding it up and then pause the music whenever. I'll do that. That way we at least have something and I don't have to keep on talking. Let's do that. So, Muzak. And there. You should go over here. And then there. Nice. Do 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 do. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, to the right. Okay, so this is going to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, got 5. So I'm going to take that one away, and then right over left. Is he home? Yeah, my husband's home. All right. All right, husband's home. I told him he can come in. Okay. All right, 2. So this is going to the left. Now I just gotta remember to turn the music off. Okay, to the left. Left over right. Whenever I come back and start talking again. Whenever I do the sewing the rows together. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. No, it's not. I have 5 pieces, and I didn't count them correctly. Okay, there. And then to the left. There we go. No, Minnie, you are totally fine. I am not the kind of person where I need an active chat. You guys don't have to sit and talk all the time in my chat. You are totally fine. Because I know most of the time people are sewing. And you can't really type when you're sewing. So it does not bother me at all. Remember, this, there, and this to the right, so right over left. Like I said, I can film this by myself. I don't have to be live. Oh, there they are. There we go. All right. Let's sew them. Oh, man. How? I got my cord caught again. There we go. Yes. I'm doing the quote-unquote sped up part. So I'm going to be doing this for a bit. I'll message you whenever I'm about to speak. I'll turn the music off and message you. So you got to be quiet. How is Pretzel? Oh, you did go to Pet Value? Okay. Did you take her in? How'd she do? Really? She didn't try to bite anyone? Okay. But she didn't freak out whenever she went into PetSmart? So my husband took our foster. He had to run around and do a bunch of deliveries of things. So he took the foster with him, just to give her some exposure to the outside world, you know, try to get her used to some things, to some travel. Do you think she'd be a good trucker dog? Okay. No, I'm not gonna be done by 8. I'll probably be done by 8:15. That's okay. As soon as we get this done, I will bring the cameras around, do the intros and outros, and then call it a stream. Now I'm, hello, Hokaroo! How are you? How are you today? Woo! tired. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. I'm sure it had nothing to do with the fact that I had a long stream and I drank a bottle of wine. Like, I drank a whole bottle of wine last night while I was streaming. Alright, this hair is annoying me. There we go. You know how if you have long hair, so I wash my hair once a week. I've trained my hair to only have to be washed it once a week. And I have little baby flyaways. And so that one day that I wash, it's annoying. It's very, very annoying. Okay, I've got those. All right, let's. Yes, yeah, I live stream on Thursdays. This is how I do my tutorials. I film my tutorials live. So this is the quilt along that we're doing right now. Which is the Pixelated Halloween quilt along. Exclamation socials. If you follow my social media on Mondays, I give my live schedule for the week. So I let you know where I'm going to be live and what I'm doing for the entire week on Mondays. Okay, this is to the left. Okay, this is to the right. Yes. Again, if you look at my socials, you see that I stream every single week on Twitch. I've been streaming live on YouTube for a year and a half now. Okay, and then this is row number 4, so it's to the left. Okay, and then this is to the right. This is to the left. Okay. To the right. All right, so it's going to the right. And then this is the last pass before we assemble the rows together. So that I will message the husband, be quiet, pause the music, give the explanation, and then, oops, let's make sure it's good. It is not. I was about to do something bad. Good. There we go. This is right. And then I will film the intro and the outro and then call it a stream. Right. Okay, and then this is to the left. Okay, and then this one. Okay. I like to double check my blocks. I like to check my work on this before I do that final stitch, because you never know if I flipped a piece or not, which happens all the time. Okay, and this is to the left. Okay. To the right. Great. There we go. And all of the rows are assembled. I just got to do that last sew-in. Great. Hi. Okay. You know, I realized after I started filming that I put the camera angle at a weird angle. I didn't put it up as much as I like. It's a really straight on. So my arm is getting in the way a lot. Unfortunately, it's not, I can't really fix it now, but that's okay. Hey, Erin, how are you? What's the oh finally for? Are you finally home? Finally has internet? What is the oh finally for? park, what, 20 minutes from your house? Is there traffic? That's horrible. Yes. Yep, exactly. An hour 20. Oh, Aaron. Oh, that's horrible. Oh. But yes, no, the arrows, so Minnie, the arrows are the ways that the seams go. So when I say left and right, I'm saying those are the ways that the arrows are pointing. Oh. Yeah. Do 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 do. Matt Cam! Na 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 Matt Cam! Alright. Ish. 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 Okay. Now is the moment of truth. Did Toni flip any pieces? Place your bets. Place your bets. So to the right, to the left. I think so far so good. We'll figure it out after I move everything over. No more bets. No more bets. Nice. No flipped pieces. All right, let me message him. All right, and let's pause the music. Okay. A small cock container. That's awesome. Okay. And we have our rows. So, whenever we sew our rows together, I am going to take rows number 7 and 6 and show you what to do. All you want to do is take this row, flip it up over to that next row. The first thing we want to do is find our matching seams. So in this case, we have one right here. We want to make sure that those seams are nice and nested, just like we did whenever we were sewing these pieces together. Then I'm going to move along and find the next piece that is nesting, and that is right there. And then I'm going to keep going along the next piece. Oh, there is no more pieces in this one. So let's just double check. Nope, there's no more pieces that line up. So just these two right here. So now I'm going to go back in and add more pins. I'm going to add one on the end. And anytime there's a big open space like this, I'm going to put another pin in there. We don't want to have big open spaces. You can never have too many pins. And then what I want to do is I want to come all the way over here and pin this end right there. Because what I'm going to be doing is stretching this out a bit and making sure that everything lines up. So we want to line those edges up first, if with this big open area, and then go back through and pin seams. Now, anytime there's a seam, whether it's on the top or the bottom, so in this case, that pin that I just put in, there's a seam on the bottom. So anytime you see a seam, whether it's on the top or the bottom, put a pin in there. Because when you're sewing it, you don't want that seam to flip over as you're sewing it, or else it's going to add some extra bulk to your project. So you don't have to worry about that. And I've got a seam there, and then I've got a seam there. All right, let's make sure all the seams on that side, all the seams on that side. All right, and it's done. So that's all I'm going to be doing. Is we're going to sew these rows together. I'm going to go ahead and pin all of these. I'm going to sew them, iron them. I'm going to keep on going until we have our final block, and then we'll do our block reveal. There we go. All right. Put the muzak back on. Your white fabric is glittery. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. Oh, it's a phasmophobia. Okay. I was like, why a cock container? Because I don't know phasmophobia, because I don't do scary things. Anything that could possibly scare me, I don't do. Like, I don't do haunted houses. I don't do scary movies. I don't like being afraid. I had, when I was in high school, I had an ex-boyfriend that was obsessed with haunted houses, and he would make me go through them, and I did not like it at all. But you know, when you are in high school, you tend to do things you really don't want to do to please the person that you're with. Yeah, no. funny. That's really funny, Aaron. Yeah, no, that's funny. I could only imagine. Alright, so there's that one. That one. That's really funny. So yeah, I could see how that would, someone that knows that joke, how that would be really funny. To do a, to add a little cock container. Oh, Aaron, you know how you could do it? Applique it on! Just applique it on the top. Just find, like, a cock I have to make sure that I'm saying this correctly because we know how this could sound. A cock. That's almost worse. Anyways. The white stuff in the jar. Oh, man. But no, if I get a picture of one and trace it and put a, just applique it on. Because I've got that applique tutorial, if you don't know how to do it. Oh my gosh, Aaron, that is just genius. I love it. I love that so much. That is just amazing on so many levels. That is so freaking amazing. Go. Awesome. Okay, let's sew this. Did I do it again? I did. Dang it. Stop running over the iron. Ugh. Ooh, no. I don't think it could go smaller than the 6 inches. I think the 6-inch block is as small as you can go for the syringe. Yeah, I don't think it could go any farther. Yes, Aaron. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that would be amazing. No, but no, seriously, applique. Like that's, you can get it the exact size you want. Seriously, it's not hard at all. Because I just made that applique video because of the starlight. Because of the Konami code pattern. Yeah. So I've got a video tutorial on how to applique. I even showed, hey, I'm going to draw this thing. Like, I'm not doing this for my pattern. I am drawing this thing. That's okay. I didn't put a video out last week because I forgot. It's the first time in 2.5 years I didn't have a video come out during a week. I was like, whoops. You know what? Yes. Go finish up our Jello quilt. That's going to be the next big project that we do here on YouTube. Is the curved seams tutorial and the yes. The apple core. That's what I'm gonna do. We're making an apple core quilt. I'm like, it's got words. It's a thing. It's a thing with the stuff and the things. Yeah, I couldn't think of it. Oh, and if anyone wasn't here on Monday when I made the announcement, all of our Gen Con classes have been accepted. And they've all been set up for the class. So they've been assigned to a room. They're ready to go. So this weekend I will be updating the Craft Hacker website with all of the classes, the room numbers, the dates, the times, everything. So that if you want a preview of what classes we're going to be doing, you can definitely do that. And then whenever they go, I think the catalog itself is gonna go live May 1st. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh wait, no. It's that way. Yes. But then May 15th, you can buy your classes. That is, I think, one of my favorite days of the year. Nicole and I just like to sit there and watch and see how many tickets per class we can sell. So I will officially be teaching 3 classes this year. I will be teaching the, of course, the English paper piecing. I think I'm teaching 3 or 4 classes of that. I will be teaching how to hand sew a dice tray. And I'll be teaching how to bling. How to use iron-on bling. Super, super excited for that. Oops. I bent the pin. Thanks, Lori. I appreciate that. said, after you get the book, when you go through, if you don't understand something or if you have any other questions after that, let me know. Oh, I did switch it. Okay. I'm like, did I switch the camera? Okay, let me message my kid. Okay. Fantastic. No, my kid is got off work at 8 o'clock. So I told her I would message her at 8 o'clock and let her know if I was still streaming or not. And then that way, she can let me know when she's home. And then I can basically take a pause and say, come on in kind of thing, right? All right. Back to the mat cam. Hello, Mr. Marley. You're very handsome. I know, I love you very much. I mean, I did get a little bit of a late start. I was late to start the stream. I don't think I started until like 5:45, so I was 15 minutes late. Because Toni lost track of time and didn't get things set up on time. Hello, Marley. Marley's like, oh, what's happening? I'm a good boy, aren't I? You are a very good boy. Oh, that's awesome, Lori. That sounds awesome. So 2-inch finished blocks. So you started out with 2.5-inch squares before the seam allowance. What did you do with that one? Did you just do 1 pixel, 1 block where you cut out every single square? Go. Uh-huh. 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 And that's the worst decision of your life, right? 1 pixel, 1 block sucks. It is so bad. Yeah, no. No, it's so bad. Yeah, no. That's how everyone starts, and then they learn. So my own mother was planning on making my nephew a quilt. Designs it, cuts out all these little squares. And I'm like, don't do that, please. If you want it to look like you cut out all those little squares, at least please consider doing gridded fusible interfacing. She goes, nope, 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 nope. I want to do it this way. Okay, you're not going to finish it. It was a double size. Well, you're not going to finish this, Mom. I know you. And she goes, nope, I'm going to finish it. Anyone want to take a guess how far she got before she gave up? Yeah, no, that's awesome. If you finish them, yeah, no, they're amazing. But it's a matter of, do you have the time and the patience to finish it? Anyone else have a guess? Oh, man. I have no idea why I'm tired. No idea. It has nothing to do with the fact that I streamed last night and drank an entire bottle of wine during the stream, during the chaos. No, it's nothing to do with that at all. Oh, you guys are both close. She cut all the blocks out. She did get that far. She cut all the blocks out. All 1,000 and something of them. And then stopped and never did anything. Never even put together a single row. Like, yeah. And you know how hard it took me? You know how much I wanted to do the whole I told you so, but I'm like, nope, nope, not doing it, not doing it. There it is. All right. Yeah, see, I do the same thing too, Lori. I seriously do the same thing. All right, let's do this. Let's film the intro and the outro, and then we're calling it a stream. All right, so let's do... I'm trying very hard not to hit the microphone. There we go. Bow, beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. No, I don't want to pause it. There we go. Okay. I think flip the camera around so I can see it. I think I've got it set. So let's see. Beep, 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 beep. Ah, Killian! I'm glad that you're doing it in a way that you're happy with it, but oh man, that sucks. Nope. That one. Ha-ha! No. Well, you know what? Let's delete this one. Remove. And we're going to take that one. Copy it. Oh, you know what? I think I hit a button. Did I unplug something? I did. I unplugged it. Dang it. Alright. How's it looking? I moved it, didn't I? Okay. I'm like, why is this not working? It should be working. Okay. Oh. Let's move that there and turn that so I can see it while I'm messing with it. Oh, you know what? I'm a dummy. When that happens, you have to deactivate and reactivate the camera again. Hey! There it is. Oh, upside down. Okay, so now I can go to copy. Paste. Oops. I'm on the ceiling! Rotate. There we go. Alright, so now I need to fix... There we go. Ha-ha! Okay. Yeah, too, you can't make clips on YouTube. It's weird. So in Twitch, what Erica's referring to, if you don't watch Twitch, on Twitch you can actually make clips of things. So I was surprised there were no clips that were made of last night's shenanigans stream. Of last night's uncensored shenanigans stream. Especially whenever I got up, I'm like, look, I got a nice butt! And I shoved it in the camera. Like, no one clipped, and that was just really funny. By the way, I don't care if you clip that stuff anymore, it's funny. Okay. Ready? Oh, let me tell my husband. And pause the music. Let's actually stop the music. Okay. Sorry, I had a thing with the rescue. Yeah, it was so low. The music was so low. How do you clip? Oh, wait, I can teach you that on Monday if you want, Mini Mama. Okay, how is that? Is that looking good? Fantastic. Okay. Here's my, I keep forgetting to do those, the stills, before and after, so I just did it then. Alright, let's do this. Ready? Hi, I'm Toni, and today we're going to be making block number 7, the ghost for the Pixelated Halloween Quilt-along. I love this block so much. I know I say that for every single block, but I do. I love this block. So grab your block number 7 and let's get sewing. There you go. Oh, you're asking how no one clipped it. Right, Minnie? Like, there was so much chaos last night. I'm surprised no one clipped it. Mike! Hey, Mike! Stop talking! He's playing games with his friends. I'll be back. Hey! I said I was filming. Freaking men. Freaking men, and they're talking with their things. Alright. And that's block number 7. See? Isn't he cute? He's gonna go and he's gonna haunt you. I love the ghost. It's so cute. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it so much. Hopefully you learned how to make a boo ghost block for our Pixelated Halloween quilt along. Don't forget to like this video, follow my YouTube, as well as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, all the things. And don't forget about Twitch, where I stream live, and I also stream live here on YouTube. I post my schedules on Mondays, so make sure you take a look at my socials on Mondays, and you can see when you can catch me live if you want to just hang out and interact. There we go. We're done. All right. So let's stop recording and switch it back onto that one. And we're calling it a stream. We're going to call it a stream. Thank you guys so much. Let me text the kid. Let's see. Messaging my child that I am done. Finished. There we go. Okay. Thank you guys. Seriously, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for joining me. Next week, I am going to be streaming on Twitch on Monday. I'm either going to be making the Tiger King ball gown with Kim, or we'll be doing the fabric buying, looking at the spring fabric books for Camelot and Northcott. Either one, depends on if Kim can come over or not. And then next Wednesday, we're going to be doing some Overcooked 2, playing on my stream on Twitch with Level Up Lady, Wireless Riot, and Miss Elvain. And then next Thursday, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'll decide by Monday. I don't know if I'm gonna film a tutorial here on YouTube or if I'm gonna stream over on Twitch. Either way, take a look at the streams on Monday, and you guys can join me. So, thank you again. Hey, Lori, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys around the next time I live. Goodbye!